I'm Brian Nelson.
And I'm JoAnn Bradley, and we're both from the Tactical Performance Center.
We're introducing a new video series called JoAnn Learns the AK. So our host range here at TPC, the Southern Utah Practical Shooters, started off an event last year called Red October Kalashnikov. It's the first and right now the only AK match in the country, although there are some other ones popping up. We're using this as an opportunity to get JoAnn kind of spooled up on AK knowledge. So JoAnn, would you kind of give us a little bit of background about yourself, what your shooting experience is with pistols, with rifles, and with AKs?
All right. I've been shooting pistol for about 3 years now. A little bit of rifle, probably a couple months worth of experience. With the AK, I have about a handful of rounds shot through an AK, so about zero experience there.
Yeah, and I'm not actually that much more experienced with the AK. I am more experienced at rifle shooting. I was on the United States action rifle team for World Shoot. I'm a 3-gun shooter. I do pretty good at that with ARs. And I've always liked AKs as a gun. And this year I was actually very fortunate to get to take a Rifle Dynamics AK builder class and build my own AK-74 rifle, which is the one that JoAnn's going to be shooting. Now, as for the series and what we're going to be talking about, if you're interested, you're going to want to stay tuned because we're going to be doing just some universal rifle techniques. We're going to talk about stance, some grips, some supported position shooting, some awkward position shooting, offside shooting, techniques, and some principles that we teach at TPC that you can learn here on video with us that you can apply to your AR or an AK. Then we'll also talk about some Kalashnikov specific techniques like some reloads, how to manipulate the safety, stuff like that, and then some little technical enhancements you can do to make the guns easier to shoot so that you can maximize the performance of the rifle. So now we're going to take a little bit of a look at the rifles that JoAnn and I will be using for this series and for the Red October event. Now, we've talked a little bit before, and you can tell me there's not actually an AK-47 on this table, is there?
No, there is not.
An AK-47 is actually a pretty rare rifle. There's not that many of them in the U.S. because they were actually kind of hard and expensive to manufacture. Mm-hmm. But this rifle here is an AKM. This was actually this is the rifle that everyone knows as the AK. Mm-hmm. It's 7.62 by 39 millimeter caliber, mm-hmm. and it's got a stamped sheet metal receiver that actually holds together. Now this is the rifle I'll be using because I've got a little more experience behind this gun. You'll be using the other rifle that's set up to be a little bit closer to like an AR-15. But you'll notice this gun's just got iron sights. Again, it's 7.62 by 39. It's clear. It's got the standard safety. It's got a standard trigger, and I did actually take a blowtorch to it and bend it back to a more, a less curvy shape. If you've ever looked at the standard trigger, that fits my finger a little better. And you notice the ALG trigger on the other gun is going to be like that too. It does have a different pistol grip. The buttstock's actually slightly longer. This is a KVAR NATO length is what they call it stock. And then it's got a barrel that's been shortened and a muzzle brake pinned and welded. And so just a Silencio muzzle brake. So that is the AKM that I will be using. Now this is your rifle.
Fantastic.
Now, you shot this a little bit before, and you shot that gun a little bit before.
Right.
Now, you prefer this gun quite a bit, right?
I do. I prefer this rifle. It was more like my AR rifle that I'm more familiar with.
A little bit, yeah. And that's mainly because of some of the enhancements we've done to it, but also because of the rifle itself. Now, those who have been paying attention, you'll notice these magazines look pretty different. They're different calibers. So, this gun is in 5.45 by 39 millimeter, which is actually pretty close to a .223 Remington like we all shoot in our ARs. In fact, that's on purpose. The Russians or the Soviets actually decided that they liked that concept better after their advisors in Vietnam had experience with our M16s and being shot at with our M16s. Now we talk a little bit about the rifle itself. Now the 5.45 round is going to shoot a lot flatter. It's going to be less recoil. So this is more familiar to you like an AR. But the controls and everything, it's all pure Kalashnikov.
Right.
Now you've got the standard length stock on there, which is a little bit shorter. And if we go forward, you've got a mag pull pistol grip on there, which feels the hand a little bit better. If you ever try to grip the factory AK grip, it's kind of skinny, and you can't hold the gun up real easy with one hand. It's got an ALG trigger on there, which is, you notice the shape of it's kind of similar to the one I did with a blowtorch. but this one's a lot nicer. This is a lot lighter and shorter trigger pull than mine. It's just got the standard safety. Then when you come up, you've actually got a wooden handguard on there. I found that that helps keep the heat down a little bit better than like the polymer one on my 7.62 gun. And then it's got a rail on the front. This is an Ultimac gas tube. Now this replaces the gas tube, just bolts on here over the barrel with some clamps, and then the retainers hold it in. We put a loophole delta point red dot sight on there, and it's just to give you something you're more familiar with. It's a little quicker and easier. And this little black thing on there, that's actually a Crimson Trace Railmaster laser. There are going to be some night stages at Red October. You're not going to need a weapon light. They're going to be lit up with just ambient, or with some electronic lights. But the laser will be pretty quick to actually aim with. And then this is the standard 16-inch AK-74 length. So you see, and then it's got the standard AK-74 muzzle brake on there, which is actually just as it would have come as it was issued. This is actually a Bulgarian gun that I rebuilt in a Rifle Dynamics class. So those are the rifles we're going to be using. Stay tuned and we'll take a look at some of the other gear.